I mean, me and Mitch have been talking about this for a long time. We made the poster before we even wrote the script.
If you were really realistic about the amount of work that it was going to take to create a film from beginning to end, I don't know if you'd really do it.
Nate's initial approach to me saying, hey, I got this guy Mitch that he's writing a script and it's really good, and are you interested in teaming up and doing this? So I was like, show me what it is. Started reading it. I was like, okay, this is something I want to do. Let's do it.
Can you hear me in there? Okay, listen for your cue, alright?
You kind of have to like fool yourself into thinking like it'll be easy. Yeah, sure, no, it'll take a couple hours. We'll fix it in post. You know, the famous last words.
Of course you want to make movies. Of course, who in it, you know? Producing guys at this level and the team of people that have participated in this event, it's just amazing. This is a new level of work that I've never done.
This is really where our passion lies. This is why we do all that other bullshit and make money and so that we can give ourselves the opportunity that we really want. And so that's what this is about. This is about giving ourselves the opportunity that we really want.
As this was my first film, I guess part of me felt like I didn't really know what I was doing, really. And one of the big concerns I always have is, okay, do I really know how to get the right shot?
Working his ass off right now. I'd let him put it on the sticks. I got nothing against sticks.
In terms of angle, composition, that kind of thing, and that was gnawing at me.
I think you could do it better than that, though.
I know I can.
So let's go one more time.
Especially the first night. I think when we got to watch back the first set of dailies, I was like, okay, this looks really good. Like we're actually doing this, and it gave me a little bit of confidence to just go with my gut. Because I'm gonna cut in a little bit, and I can keep you out of my shot.
And we'd look at some dailies, and I was like, we got it.
I'm constantly learning, right? Like everything I do, any video I've ever filmed, is always something, a new concept, a new idea, a new visual effect that we've never done before that I want to try. And I think that's the beauty of the whole process. There's no point in redoing and rehashing the same effect or concept over and over again, right?
And my co-captain is saying, I want to shoot it in 4K, and I want to do special effects, and I want to blow shit up. What am I going to say? No, you can't do it. No, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do that, man. That sounds awesome. I mean, I wanted to do a comedy.
Getting totally jacked, getting rubbed down with cooking oil. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Right? Nate convinced me to do this emotional drama, and I'm glad he did, because it really did force me to stretch my comfort level and to be vulnerable.
This family has some issues that I think a lot of families can resonate with, especially in the last little while where people's opinions divided them. And
having gone through COVID, there's so many mixed feelings, there's so much division and isolation. I think that everyone could easily identify with what was happening in the movie.
Are we flat, we're just flies on the wall that could be splattered by something else? Or do we have a chance if we're informed enough about what's going on, right? Could we stop that? Could we have stopped this earlier, you know what I mean? Like if we had all just paid attention to the X-Files in the 90s.
You're never allowed to be complacent. And I think that was, for her, a realization to say, you know what, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can't be complacent.
And what do you think you need from Barbara in this scene?
He needs to believe there's X's in the sky.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, no, you're full of shit.
I personally like to be in really unique projects. And even though it's maybe volunteer or low pay or something like that, as long as the project is
That's better.
really sets itself apart, then that for me is more satisfying.
I volunteer because this is what I love. It's something that me and Nathaniel have been trying to work towards, getting into movies, and it's finally time to make that jump.
They're so creative and they just fit in my, realm of thinking, and we're all out for helping each other. There's no negative vibes from them. They just want to see people succeed, which is really cool, and I love that.
People have lives, and when you're asking them to volunteer, you want to be respectful of that. And for example, Joanne has a gig tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m. She has to be on set. And she has a 2.5-hour drive ahead of her after this. So we really need to get her wrapped at 7. If at all possible. So, I hate to cut the interview short. But we still got movies to make.
I didn't really know what to expect, so it's kind of what I like, is go into a situation and not really have like a high expectation or just any expectation at all.
I've done stuff like that before, like with professional wrestling and stuff I was involved with. So I know all the falls and stuff like that, but this was totally different. I've never done anything like this before.
We were trying to do a couple of different things. So the basis of the alien slime hand is kind of recreating set blood without the dye. And what my idea was to try and add glow sticks to the concoction.
When people came up with like a really good idea that they were super passionate about, I just said sure, you know? And this is kind of the result of that. A lot of people saying yes to crazy stuff that they had no idea they could do.
I'm very much a yes man. You know, I think there's some power in manifesting and, you know, saying, yes, we can do it. Because we're not going to try if we don't, right? But yeah, it pushed the envelope a bit, I think. You know, I think we said a lot of, yes, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. And then we get to the editing room, we're like, oh shit, we got to do that. How do we do it? And luckily we got Marty on the team, who's just, whenever I doubt that it can't be done, he somehow just does it.
I've been using softwares that I'm not used to using and using them in different ways.
I came down and there's no helicopter there. I'm like, you guys are gonna edit it in. I'm waiting to see it. I'm like, wow, there's a helicopter there. Amazing job.
Toronto in the background, the jets flying over, some crashed cars, Toronto's on fire, it's crazy.
The other thing that I really wanted to do, and I think we did do it and I'm really proud of it, is give everybody a really great experience on set.
Alright. Do you want a double, a burger, and a chicken?
Everything will go getting all fucked up.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I feel like it like this.
What's going on?
I wanted everybody to come, enjoy the weekend, be happy that they were there, have an opportunity to make a contribution, and to be a part of the ground level team.
We're gonna receive and allow everyone to contribute and be a part of this, and the culmination of everyone's talent and what it created.
Well, I don't know, I was kind of like, whoa, look at all these real guns like around, flying all over the place. I was like, oh shit.
I'll work on it. I have to practice.
What I did care about is I didn't have a big enough gun. And I thought I was gonna get to kill an alien. That didn't happen.
It's what I would want if I had like a swarm of xenomorphs coming at me.
I should have brought more guns for you guys. This guy brought so much value to this film. I'm in love with James.
You know, the weekend was very powerful too, because everyone's personalities just hit it right off. Everyone saw the value in each other and appreciated it.
Feels so good.
I feel like we were just all kind of like in awe of each other.
The magic of many people's creative talents coming together and summon the spirit of lightning. What would this film be without me? Finishing touches and everything.
It was less about the product that we were making and more about the time that we were sharing together, and just, we were all in our zone making something awesome, and you could feel that. It was really cool.
There's a lot of duct tape solutions in here, and I think everyone's bringing their own game and adding it to this crazy kung fu Megatron.
Maybe the most challenging thing was self-care. Oftentimes these 48-hour film challenges are like that, and it kind of ruins it because it's not very fun. I had one great experience where we all slept 8 hours both nights. We went for breakfast one morning, and we still turned out a bitchin' film that we were all super proud of, that we all had a really great time making. And for me, that kind of sets the bar. Films come and go, right? But the experiences you have last forever. We really needed to just place our trust in each other's hands, and we were all willing to do that. And because we did that, and because we created an atmosphere that was comfortable for everybody to be vulnerable and to take risks and to be safe to do so, I think it just enriched everybody's experience so much more.
I think having all the other people around, and now you've got actors, and I have to get this right, because if I don't get this right and I got to tell the director we have to reshoot that, you know, that's everyone's time.
There's a lot riding on these short hours to make sure that you can get the job done.
What time have we got now, gentlemen? 12:30 or 1?
There was some speed bumps. We couldn't get it right. We had some exchange of words, I guess, between me and Mitch and Nathaniel trying to get this right.
And I'm sorry I'm not communicating that well, buddy.
Man, it's all
I'm not
good.
trying to, I would never try to dismiss you or anything.
You know, we were tired and we were mixing our lines, and it's like, okay, I didn't hear the word that I needed you to say, so I knew what my next line was. And then there was this and there was that. It was 3 a.m. We were exhausted.
You know, some of the later night scenes were, you know, trying on people. I know it was getting pretty late, and they always need audio, so.
But then because of that frustration of those couple times, the last one that was the one that we took, it was there because it was raw.
So that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2. We are all in this together.
Did you know it was 4
Looking at the clock, and I was thinking we're running out of time constantly.
Once again, it's going to be dark any minute now.
The clock seemed to just speed up or something once we began.
Like things happen and like you've got to go through
Hey guys,
shit.
I need to break this up. We got to roll.
We're ready.
Mitch mode? It's a thing. It's Mitch mode. When you're in Mitch mode,
We got to fucking move. We need to kick it into gear. We need to kick it into hyper gear.
that's it. That's all it is. Yeah, Mitch mode.
And if we fly through this, and I'm not saying that we will, but if we do, that means we can get a good night's sleep before we have to do this tomorrow, and I'd like that a lot.
Do you think we're gonna get it on time?
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
Hope for the best, man. You know, say a little prayer to the film gods. But we are almost there, you guys. We are like, we could see the finish line in sight.
I think it worked out because everyone was just so committed to what we were trying to achieve. Everyone was on point and ready to do their job.
I've made so many mistakes, but I've learned from them. And implementing all that knowledge now, and then seeing the fruits of that labor, feels good.
Fuck, who needs therapy when you can just make movies?
Once I left the house, like after we finished filming, I was like, holy shit, that was an amazing experience.
To be able to walk away from that weekend and see all the dailies of everything we shot, and we nailed the script and got everything we were looking for, like, to me that was just, I can't believe we did that in literally under 40 hours. Risk it for the biscuit, as Mitch says.
It wasn't just people I was working with for a weekend. They're all people I'm excited to see again and work with again. It was really special.
I think what the audience will take away from this movie is don't get caught up in the hype. Don't believe everything you read. Try to do your own research of life and facilitate your brain with proper information.
I really hope that this movie helps us to realize, okay, we've had to make the choices we had to make because of our personal circumstances. We're not walking in somebody else's shoes, so we shouldn't judge them as harshly maybe, and just remember that family and friends, they got that way because they meant something to us, and let's hold that dear and bring it back together.
I think people are going to be blown away by this movie, especially when they realize it was done in 3 days.
This movie is just, I'm in awe. I watched it twice today. It was so beautiful.
And it brought out a lot more emotion throughout than I expected it to.
I'm blessed to be part of this movie. Check the movie out. The trailer is amazing. A lot of work. These guys did it in 48 hours.
I will forever be chasing this moment to happen again.
Never used to slip.
Oh my god.
And I'm not influencing you right now, am I?
Well, you're not, but that gun you're holding is pretty scary. No.